last week I made these glass bowls or plates for banana splits. So of course we're going to make a banana split. And for that we need a piece of banana colored clay. That's how I made it. And I'm going to roll this into a snake to make the bananas. You can make some bananas with the right pattern inside of them if you like to, but for these that actually really doesn't matter. But if you want to have them with the real pattern inside, then go check my link right here and find out how to do that. So I'm going to use these for measurements, but first of all I'm going to make a tiny bit of textures in this, and I'm going to take a tiny ball tool and make some lines here and there. How much texture you put in it is up to you. Now I'm going to cut it into the size of my banana. I want them to be around the same length as my little plate thing here. So I'm just going to cut a few of these like that, and I'm going to round off the ends and giving them the small curves, and just a little more texture here and there if needed. For the ice cream, I have actually made this little mold here, and what I do is that I take my clay and I am like ripping it a bit apart. You can see how it makes this ripped and wrinkled texture here, and I'm just going to take that off and put that down so it has this texture. And then I'm going to make an 8 edge around by dragging the clay down and using my needle tool to work on it like that, and you can see it get this ice structure. But I did that with one that I really liked, and I worked on that for a long time before I really liked it, and then I made this mold of it. And I'm going to make some ice pieces here. I have this nice pink clay. This is a scrap clay, and I'm making sure I put it into the bottom of my mold, and I'm removing the top excess clay, and I can just pop it out of the mold, and I have a ice piece here that I liked. I'm also going to make an ice cream with chocolate in. For that I'm using a normal white piece of clay, and then I have these dark brown pieces that I pre-baked, and I cut them into smaller pieces. So I'm going to take my clay and dip it kind of into this these chocolate pieces, and I'm going to mold some of these into my clay, so you can see all the pieces here of chocolate in there. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of that and squeeze that into my ice cream mold, and then of course a chocolate brown piece of chocolate, but I don't like it to be that brown as this is, because this is really dark when it have been baked. So I'm just going to take a tiny bit of white and mix in with this brown clay, and there I have a tiny bit of a brown chocolatey ice cream. So I have my bowl and I have my half bananas, and I'm going to take a tiny bit of Bacon Bond for this next one. I'm taking one of my ice creams here. These have not been baked, so something like that. And the dark one, and I'm going to mingle a little around with this so it's lying as I want it to. And then I'm going to bake it, but do not bake the resin plate, because that will not make it at all. So I baked the ice creams on the bananas here, and I'm going to take a tiny bit of glue and glue it down. So I'm just going to do that, and I'm using B6000 for that. Now we are going into the decorations, and for that I made 2 long snakes in green and yellow, and I cut them into tiny pieces, and this is for sprinkles. Then I have some banana slices, I have some kiwi slices, I have some orange slices, and I have some chocolate decorating, and I have my raspberries. So all my decorations are ready. Now I just need to decorate. So I'm going to take my topping dessert master milk for whipped cream, and I'm using this and that comes along with it. So I'm just going to take one of these and put some dots here. Of whipped cream, and I'm going to take half of the orange here, like that, and I'm going to place that into the whipped cream, and it will dry up in the whipped cream. One of my kiwi things, placing that as well. And I think I'm going to, oops, that will come flying. I'm going to use one of these chocolate hearts as well. And I was thinking of these raspberries, but I'm not sure. Let's see, let's take 2 of them. Oh, now I have them all over. Okay. So I take a few of these raspberries also, just because I can. Place it in the whipped cream. And then you can take a little of the sprinkles and sprinkle over. That green one here, I want that. I want that over here, because there's only yellows over here. Like that. And then you just need to let it dry for a few hours before you can play around with it or whatever you want to. So that's my new Bananaspilt, looking like this, in this little new plate for that. So I hope you liked this video. Give it a like if you did, it means a lot to me. Comment if there is something you want to tell me or ask me. I'll try to answer every comment I get. And share. So that's it. Happy crafting!